Today, we're talking about something that happens in a lot of the stores we visit every day: in-store tracking. We're going to explore how it works and, more importantly, what it means for you. Our goal here is simple. It's not to create any fear, but just to help you stay aware, stay calm, and stay safe.
So, is your shopping trip truly private? It's a really important question. I mean, when you're walking through the aisles, you probably assume your movements are your own business. But technology is changing that, and it's possible your every move is being tracked. So let's break down how this works. Again, this isn't to alarm you, but to empower you with knowledge.
All right, so how is this all possible? Let's take a closer look at the technology that makes it happen. The first thing to understand is that the line between shopping online and shopping in a physical store, well, that line is getting blurrier.
You know how websites use cookies to track your activity online? Well, you can think of this as the real-world version of that. Many physical stores are now using similar concepts to track your movements. They're collecting data on everything from the path you take through the store to the specific products you pause to look at. So, how exactly are they collecting all this data? Well, it's not just one single piece of technology. It's usually a combination of different methods all working together. Let's break down the three main ways your movements can be tracked inside a store. Okay, first up, there are smart cameras. These aren't just your average security cameras. They use artificial intelligence to analyze body movements and how long you might stand in one spot. Next up is your own phone. If your Wi-Fi or Bluetooth is turned on, it sends out signals that can be used to map your location as you move. And finally, there are shelf sensors. These are tiny little devices that can tell when a product is picked up, how long you hold it, and even if you put it back on the shelf. All of this data is often put together to create what's called a heat map. A heat map is basically just a visual map of where shoppers spend the most time. You can think of it like a weather map, but instead of tracking a storm, it's tracking foot traffic. And they're pretty simple to read. The red areas are the hot spots, where most shoppers go. The yellow areas show a medium amount of activity, and the blue and green zones, well, those are the less traveled paths. It's a really powerful tool for retailers to get a bird's-eye view of your shopping habits. So you might be asking, why are retailers going to all this trouble? The short answer is, it's for business. By understanding how we shop, they can optimize their stores, try and create a better experience, and, ultimately, to sell more products. It's really just like online retailers tracking your clicks and browsing history. Now physical stores are tracking your footsteps and how long you pause. The goal for them is pretty much the same: to understand customer behavior and create a shopping environment that encourages you to buy.
So, how is this data used in the real world? Well, stores use it for a lot of things. They can optimize their layouts, manage the checkout lines by predicting busy times, and even test whether a new display is actually catching people's attention. And yes, it's also used to help prevent theft.
Okay, but this all leads to a very important question. What about your privacy? Now, retailers often say this data is anonymized, but there are still some serious privacy concerns that you should definitely be aware of.
This quote really says it all. In the eyes of these data collection systems, you're not really seen as a person. You're a data point. And that's a perspective that can feel a little unsettling.
So what are the specific concerns here? Well, first, this tracking often happens silently, without you even knowing. Second, your movement patterns can sometimes be linked to your personal info through things like loyalty cards or credit card payments. And third, this data can sometimes be shared or sold to other brands, which could be used to target you with ads later on. So, what can you do to protect your privacy? The good news is, you don't have to stop shopping. It's really just about being a little more mindful. Here are a few simple, practical steps you can take to stay more in control of your data.
This one is probably the easiest and most effective. When you're not actively using them, just turn off your phone's Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. It's a really simple step that helps prevent retailers from passively tracking your location.
If you'd like to reduce the connection between your movement data and your personal identity, you can use cash. When you use a credit or debit card, it's easier for your name and transaction to be linked to your path through the store.
And finally, don't be afraid to speak up. You can ask a store manager about their data collection policies. You have a right to know what information might be collected and how it's being used.
The bottom line here is to be a conscious consumer. Just think about the data you're sharing, both online and off. And remember to take steps to protect your privacy. Always stop, think, and verify.
This quote really captures the new reality of retail, that for many, physical stores are no longer just places to buy things. They're becoming data centers with shelves. In-store tracking is just one example of how technology is changing our world. The key is not to be afraid of it, but to understand it. Knowledge is power, and the more you know about how these systems work, the better equipped you'll be to protect your privacy. Thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. Stay aware, stay safe, and be sure to share this information with the people you care about.